The last time I wore this, I was lying right here, and she was right here pulling me on the sleeve. Her nails got a bit caught here, and she was still asking for food. Little did I know that she was going to be unable to eat, and by then, I think if I look at the date, she probably have started having trouble eating because she was begging for food all the time. And it took me not a while, but it's only later that I realized that she hasn't been eating her dry food in the morning, which is why she was always hungry, because she hasn't eaten anything since the night before. And digestion in cats, I don't know if it's true in all mammals, take about 9 hours. And so if she had dinner about 5 and 6, and dinner was her wet food, and that's the only thing she was able to eat, that's how it started, it means that she's only taking in half of her calorie intake, so she's always hungry. And that's probably why she's dehydrated as well, because she's only eating half of a normal portion for her weight, and not realizing that she wasn't able to eat the dry food, rather than unwilling to eat the dry food. Only when I put the dry food up here for her to eat, and she still refused to eat it, even though she was hungry, that's when I knew something was really wrong. And only after observing that more than a day. And by the time I told the vet rang me in a panic, sort of in a panicky way, rang me several times, missed calls from her, telling me, you need to take her in now, because if you're not eating for several days, it's not good. And of course, not understanding cats, and with human, if you don't drink for several days, it is not a good idea. For cats, as I've mentioned before, it's food, because that's where their hydration comes from. And of course, she was dehydrated by the time we took her Saturday. That was a week after she threw up, and after she became distressed toileting on the 28th of May. Sorry, 28th of June. And that's about 2 months after her first instance of losing appetite, but only for one afternoon. And that was only a month after her dental surgery. And I keep thinking, if some infection had happened after the dental procedure that triggered the lymphoma. My auntie's dog had a similar coughing response before she died after a dental procedure. And it took her several days before the symptoms started, and then when she eventually passed. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still processing everything I do, everything. It's not so much everything reminds me of her, but everything around the house is divided into before and after. She became sick before and after she passed. I have lost my father, but my father passed away overseas. And we were housed in a house that we didn't grow up in, that we didn't live in, but that we were staying at. Full of family items, but more like a storage rather than a home. This is the first time someone passed away in my home and left a life that we shared for 7 years, with me in it and without them anymore. I'm still processing. 17th of July, and today is 2nd of August, I think, or the 3rd of August.